Hey guys, today we're going to be reviewing our 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. We're going to be doing Tic Tac Zero. You should already have these notes in your math journal. If you've been with me all year, they are from October the 9th. I'm going to put them up again and go over them again. If you want to rewrite them, you can. If you've already got them, you can just go back into your journal and go over them, go through them with me as we review to double check and make sure that we all know exactly what we're doing so that we can be successful with this 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. I'm going to get my notes out and we'll get started. Okay, you should be on the page that looks like this, Tic Tac Zero rules. We're going to go through them step by step. If you've got a little brother or sister in the room, you can teach them along as we're going since you've already done this once. Step 1, you're going to multiply the bottom ones place by the top ones place. Ones place times ones place. Then you're going to put the ones place of the product under the line and the tens over the tens place. I'm going to go and do an example when we're done so we can go through all these steps and look and see what it looks like in an actual problem. We're going to regroup if needed. Sometimes we'll need to regroup and sometimes we won't. That's why we put if needed there. Okay, our next step. Multiply the bottom ones place by the top tens place. Just move over one place. Stay same number on the bottom, the ones place on the bottom, times the tens place on the top. Then you're going to add the number that you regrouped if needed. If there's a number up there, you add it. If there's not, you can't, so you don't. Then you're going to put the product in the tens place, and sometimes, if it goes that far, into the hundreds place. Under the line, so you know it's your product and not part of your problem. And then we Tic Tac Zero. And what that means is that we cross out our regrouping and the bottom ones place. All right, I'm going to slide this up so we can see it a little easier. Now we're done with that bottoms ones place. And we need to put a 0 in our ones place of our product, the second part of our partial product. I'll show you in just a minute what that looks like. Then we're going to multiply the bottom tens place with the top ones place. Every time we move over on the bottom, we're going to always start back up at the ones and go from the right to the left every single time. We're going to put the ones of the product into the tens place next to the 0 that we put down when we Tic Tac zeroed. And the tens of the product over the tens place, if needed. All right, next step. Slide it up again. We're going to multiply the bottom tens place, the one we just used to multiply by the ones, bottom tens place by the top tens place, and add the number you regrouped if needed. You're going to put the product in the hundreds and sometimes thousands place next to the last product. Then your last step is to add the partial products. I dropped my pen. All right, so here's what that looks like when we're doing a 2-digit by 2-digit math problem. Well, we'll start with this pen. All right, so we're going to write our problem. We'll do 85 times 27. Okay, I look back up at my first step and I see I want to multiply the bottom ones place by the top ones place. So I'm going to multiply 7 times 5. And I know that 7 times 5 is 35. So I put my ones place of the product, 35, in my partial product right here. And I'm going to carry, regroup my tens place over the tens place. All right, my next step is to multiply the bottom ones place by the top tens place. The bottom ones place is my 7. 7 times 8 is 56, plus the ones you regrouped. Remember, add the ones you regrouped. So 56, 57, 58, 59. 595 is the first part of my product. This is my partial product, 595. Then we're going to Tic Tac Zero. Cross out our regrouping, tick, cross out our ones place, because we've already multiplied it by everything that we need to, tack, and then we put a 0 in this ones place, because now we're multiplying by a tens place. And you guys know, if this was just the number 20, we could just put that 2 there, underline our 0, and then drop it down to the bottom. That's what we're doing here. Okay, so now our next step is to multiply the bottom tens place with the top ones place. My bottom tens place is a 2. My top ones place is a 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So I'm going to put the ones place of 10 into my tens place, and I'm going to carry, regroup my 1 because I needed to. Okay, I can't put it here. I'm not ready to go here yet. I haven't multiplied by everything up here yet. Then I'm going to multiply my bottom tens place by my top tens place. So I see that 8 times 2 is 16, and add the number I regrouped, which is a 1. So 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17. I'm done with this now. I've already multiplied it by every number on the top. So my last step is to add the partial products. 5 and 0 is 5. 9 and 0 is 9. 5 and 7 is 12. 1 and 1 is 2. My answer to this multiplication problem is 2,295. Okay guys, I wanted to work one more problem with you just to go over all the steps one more time before you have to go on your own. The other thing I want to show you is if you're using a lined paper like a notebook paper, you can turn it sideways so that you've got the lines coming like this that help you to keep your things all lined up and nice and neat. If that's a problem, you can do it that way, or you can use the grid paper. I'm also going to suggest you make a multiplication chart on that grid paper so that you've got all those facts right there for you. You guys are excellent at multiplication charts, so use it. It will help you. All right, let's work this problem. First step, bottom ones place times top ones place. 2 times 3 is 6. I don't have anything to regroup, so I'm not going to write anything up here. I just don't need to, so I'm going to move on to my next step. Multiply the bottom ones place times the top tens place. 6 times, I've said that backwards, 2 times 6 is 12. I put the 2 from the 12 in my tens place and the 1 from the 12 in the hundreds place because I'm really multiplying 2 times 60. All right. now I'm going to Tic Tac Zero. I have nothing up here. I'm going to put a little X anyway, just to remind myself that I did it. Tic Tac Zero. All right, next step. We're going to multiply our bottom tens place times our top ones place. 4 times 3 is 12. I'm going to put the 2 from the 12 into the tens place. I'm going to regroup my 1 from my 12 into my hundreds place, or over my tens place, because it's going to be in the hundreds. Then I'm going to multiply my bottom tens place times my top tens place. 6 times 4 is 24. Add the one I regrouped, 25. My last step, I got off the screen, sorry guys. My last step is to add my partial products. So I'm going to add those up. 6 and 0 is 6. 2 and 2 is 4. 1 and 5 is 6. Nothing and 2 is 2. So my final answer here, at the very bottom of your screen, is 2,646. Okay, you should be able to get to work on your multiplication page now. Do your very best, and I will see you again soon.